Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to not get boxed up like a fish. Yesterday, ReeseHub made a really great video on how to actually box up your opponents like a fish, and a lot of the points I'm making in today's video are specific methods to counter each of the things he shows in his video. So I really recommend you guys check out his video before watching this one. I'll leave links to his channel and to that specific video in the description down below. He's a great YouTuber and his content is really high quality, so I definitely recommend you check it out. The first method ReeseHub showed off in his video was to place a high wall after 180 and then proceed to box up your opponent so that you can either edit out the side, make a clean window play, or you can simply edit your ramp and get a free shot. Now to counter this, if you're the opponent under the ramp, you want to quickly make sure you have piece control. What I mean by this is if someone takes a high wall on you and places a ramp over you like this and you know they're going to edit through, the first thing that you should be doing, the first thing that comes to mind should be you should be trying to place one of these walls on the sides. It doesn't matter which one, whichever side you can get out the quickest. By guaranteeing piece control and edit control, you can guarantee that you cannot get boxed up like a fish because you own one of the walls you can get out and maybe even flip the situation onto them. If you find yourself unable to place a wall fast enough and you're still losing the wall, I do have an alternative for you. I want you to watch carefully. Did you notice what happened? If you didn't, I'll explain it to you right now. Basically what happened is, as I was boxing up my opponent, I did this, and you'll notice right here that the wall's HP is actually less than 75. This applies to any material, and what it means is that the wall is actually one pickaxe. How can you use this? Well, if you're here, the opponent edits through, places this, edits, you can actually quickly pickaxe the wall to take it from them so that you suddenly have piece control that they weren't expecting. This can be super helpful in many different situations. The second method to box up opponents like a fish was to place this high wall once again, but instead of editing through and placing a ramp, actually making a window here, coning your opponent, and then going out for a shot, side jump, and then edit through to take out your opponent. Now, if you're the guy who just got boxed and coned, unfortunately like this, you can quickly react either by flipping this around. There'll be a window here, so if you flip this around quick enough, you might be able to get a free shot on the opponent and actually discourage them from making an aggressive play because their HP is suddenly low. Or you can also flip the ramp in the direction they're jumping out to protect yourself and then immediately place a wall here so you have piece control and you can jump out. Additionally, if you actually already anticipate that they're going to cone you and you know that they're going for a side jump in a certain direction, you can quickly place a wall here before, and then they'll quickly try and catch themselves on a floor right here, and then you can quickly open this, ramp him up, and box him in once again like a fish. The third method for boxing someone up like a fish was to place a really high wall off a side jump, catch yourself, come up here, and then proceed to box them up once again. This is actually a little harder to counter because it's not often that you expect someone to place a wall that high above you when they're doing a side jump, but in the case that you find yourself stuck up here, the second they place this wall, you should quickly try and place a ramp behind you, and then immediately, once again, a wall on one of the sides. If they somehow get this ramp before you can, then you can still at least probably guarantee one of the walls around you so that you can once again get out of the box. For this next method, some of you guys might already recognize this setup from his video. What the player is basically about to do is he's about to place a wall here, do a triple edit, and then box me up like a fish. So what you want to do immediately is when you recognize this wall, you either want to ramp up and quickly get out of there. This can easily be done by placing a ramp here. And to avoid getting coned, as he mentions in his video is one of the methods, you can place a cone yourself and then break through. Or, and this is a classic that you see pop up again and again in this video, and I really stress that it is a huge part of piece control, is whenever you're ramping and you suspect that an opponent might be able to box you up, always immediately, and I repeat, immediately go for one of the side walls, which is like the main reason they won't be able to box you up. Because the second they take this wall, they triple edit through. Even if you manage to get this ramp, they're like, okay, I'll just cone him. But if you quickly place one of these side walls by instinct, which has to be second nature, you can immediately always get out of any boxing situation. Alright guys, I'm not gonna lie, for the unknown classic that he shows off in the video, there's not really much you can do, especially if the opponent gets this very important cone in your box and these walls, you completely trapped inside their box. Your best option is to quickly run back into the box you were just in. It is really important when you're going into a new box to actually confirm that you have these two building pieces above you first, or at least place a ramp above you like this so the opponent cannot immediately have a free shot on you, because if you're going into a box where you don't own any of these pieces and you're left like this, you're basically just screwed up and you can't do anything. I'm not gonna lie. Next up is going to be the case when you ramp over the opponent and they quickly get this floor, open it up, and try and cone you to box you like a fish. What you're going to immediately want to always be doing every time you ramp over someone is place your own cone and hopefully a floor as well, and then make a double edit that does not break when you go out, which means that the opponent doesn't have any chance of getting it at all. What I mean by this is if you do like an edit like this and it breaks, If it breaks before you're actually more than halfway out of the box, the opponent's cone might still place and it might still trap you inside. So if you place this and edit so that it doesn't break, the opponent has no chance of boxing you in at all, and you're home free. Alright guys, another really important thing that he mentioned in his video is for high pingers specifically to do, which is when you're attacking an opponent, when you're trying to break their wall, always place a ramp inside their box, and he says that most players will edit out to their right in this case. And if you're the attacker, you can simply place your wall, wait for them to walk in, and bam, you have a free kill. So how do you counter this? Well, if you're the guy in the box and you find a ramp placed on top of you like this, don't go out to one of the sides, especially if you know you're up against a very skilled opponent. They're probably going to predict that. Always try to go out the back, and once again, I repeat, before you go out, the opponent might already be on top of your box with an unknown classic waiting for you. So before you go out, try to place these two, and then immediately do this as well, as to guarantee yourself a little bit of piece control and a little bit of protection. Alright guys, that's going to be all the points I have for today to counter Race's video on how to box opponents like a fish. Once again, this was a video on how to avoid getting boxed like a fish. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel. That's going to be it for me today. Peace out.